Find angles X and Y below. Now let's look at this question carefully. This circle geometry question. If you look at this line from the center to the circumference, you agree with me that this is the radius of the circle, because a line from the center to the circumference is a radius. Similarly, a line from the center to the circumference is also a radius. So that means this line is equal to this line because their values are the same, radius and radius. So because of that, we agree that this triangle is an isosceles triangle. A triangle where two sides are equal is called an isosceles triangle. And then there's a theorem for isosceles triangle that says that the base angles of an isosceles triangle are equal. The base angles of an isosceles triangle are equal. So if this angle is 50, then this second base angle will also be 50 degrees because base angles are equal for an isosceles triangle. Then now you agree with me that it will be easier for us to find this third angle of the triangle. So looking at it, triangle AOB, this is 50 and this is 50. The two of them added together, we have 100. 50 plus 50 is 100. So we subtract 100 from 180. So 180 minus 100 will give us 80 degrees. So that means this third angle of the triangle is equal to 80 degrees because the sum of angles in a triangle add up to 180. 50 plus 50, 100 plus 80. That will give us 180. Then now, let's look at these 2 points, A and B. These points A and B. You agree with me that this line moves from A to the center of the circle. Similarly, this line is moving from from B to the center of the circle. And the two lines together make this angle 80 degrees. Hope you are seeing it. This is AO, this line here, and this is BO, this line. The two of them combine together to form 80 degrees at the center of the circle. Then, in the same way, from the same 2 points A and B, you will agree with me that I have this line AC and I have this line BC. The two of them together make this angle at the circumference of the circle. So they are coming from the same point A and B. I have two lines going to the center to form 80 degrees. And from the same point A and B, I have two lines going to the circumference here to form this angle. So the theorem there says that angle at the center is twice that at the circumference. Hope you got that theorem, that the angle subtended at the center of the circle is equal to twice that angle at the circumference. So since this is 80 and twice of this value will give us 80. So for us to get this one, we are going to divide 80 by 2. So 80 divided by 2 will give us 40. That means this angle at the circumference is 40 degrees. So that twice 40 will give us 80 because twice angle at the circumference is equal to angle at the center. So now let's move on to the parallel line theorem. This line here, AC, is parallel to this line BF or EBF. So these two lines here, because of this arrow sign, it means that they are parallel. So when you see two parallel lines like this, you have to watch out for theorems such as alternate angles. Alternate angles. I want to believe by now you know them. They are like Z angle. I have a parallel line and I have another parallel line. So the elbow of this Z value, of this Z shape, they form equal angles. And those equal angles are alternate angles. So you agree with me that using this parallel line along with this one, we have an alternate angle here. Alternate to this. You can see the elbow section, this elbow side, just like the way I illustrated here, these two elbow here. So this 40 will be equal to this angle here because they are alternate angles. So this angle is 40 degrees. Alternate angles are equal. Then now let's move on to the tangent theorem. If you look at this line EBF, it is a tangent to the circle. An external line that touches the circle is a tangent. So this EBF is a tangent. Now, this chord BC, this is a chord BC. This line BC is a chord. So this chord BC makes 40 degree with this tangent. So this is the 40 degree that this chord makes with the tangent, 40 degrees. In the same way, this same chord is going to make 40 degree in the triangle that it forms in the circle. And that is this triangle BCD. Don't forget, let me make a small illustration before we continue. Now, if you have a triangle like this line here has this opposite angle as its own angle. So this line has this angle. This line has this opposite angle, just like this line here has this opposite angle. So you agree with me that this line BC, its opposite angle in this triangle BCD is this X angle here. So when you have a chord that makes an angle with a tangent, that same chord makes the same angle in the triangle that it forms inside the circle. And what rule is that? The rule states that angles in alternate segments are equal. Angles in alternate segments are equal. So if this is 40 degrees, then this angle X is 40 degrees. Hope you got the rule now. Because this chord BC is making 40 with this tangent, this same chord BC takes its opposite angle in the triangle. Don't forget, just like I said, opposite angle here. So this is the line and this is its opposite angle. So it means this chord has this angle X. So because the chord is making angle 40 with this tangent, in the same way, the chord will make angle 40 in the triangle that it forms inside the circle. So therefore, I can conclude and say angle X is equal to 40 degree. And what's the reason? Angles in alternate segments are equal. Hope that part is clear now. Then let's move on finally to find angle Y. If you look at it critically, this line BD is passing through the center of the circle, center O. So this line BD is passing through the center of the circle. Now, in the same way, the opposite angle that this line has in the triangle that it forms in the circle, don't forget this line has this angle here, opposite angle. You have to understand that rule, very, very important. This line has this opposite angle with respect to this triangle now. Just like we say this line has this opposite angle, and then we also say this line has this opposite angle Y, this DC, we have this angle Y. So once you see a line passing through the center of the circle, the opposite angle that that line makes in the triangle formed inside the circle is right angle. That means it is 90 degree. So that means the theorem there says that angle in a semicircle is right angle, that is 90 degrees. So the whole of this angle here is 90 degrees, 90. Because angle in a semicircle is 90 degrees. So if X is 40, because we have obtained X as 40, and the whole of this angle is 90 and X is 40, that means to get Y, we simply say Y plus X plus 90, that's sum of angle in a triangle, is equal to 180 degrees. So the sum of these three angles, X, and then the whole of this place, 90 degrees, and then this Y angle, all together give 180, because sum of angle in a triangle is 180 degrees. So I can say Y now plus the value of X is 40 that is x is 40, plus this 90 all together is equal to 180 degrees. So that y plus 40 plus 90 will give us 130 is equal to 180 here, this value. So I can conclude and say therefore y is equal to 180. When this plus 30 comes to this side, it becomes minus 130. Sorry, plus 130. When it comes to this side, it becomes minus 130. So in conclusion now, I can say the value of y, which is what we are looking for here, is equal to 50. 180 minus 130 will give us 50 degrees. And that's the value for y. Don't forget, so x is equal to 40 degrees and then y is equal to 50 degrees as the final answer. Hope you got this explanation fully. Please don't forget to like, share, and join for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.